This morning, I'm on the shore of my local lake in Surrey, and I was looking for stoneflies, but instead I found this jewel beetle in the genus Agrilus. It's probably quite hard to see because it's fairly small, but this genus, in the family Buprestidae, is the most diverse in the whole world, in the whole animal kingdom. So I'm not expecting its identification to be easy, but as jewel beetles are mainly species that bore within the trunks of trees, the fact that I swept it from this patch of grass on the shore of the lake could indicate that it's something exciting. I'm now back home, ready to get started with the identification process. As far as literature is concerned, there is an out-of-print Royal Entomological Society Handbook on the family, which can be found on their website. However, since that publication, there has been quite a few new Agrilus species added to the British list, and therefore I prefer to use a key available on the website Mike's Insect Keys, run by Mike Haxton, which is much more up-to-date and includes all the possible taxa. That's the one that I'm going to be using today. First of all, how do I know that my Buprestidae is in the genus Agrilus? To start with, we can look at the overall shape. The elytra, or wing cases, don't taper to a point, ruling out melanophylla acuminata, and the beetle is elongate rather than short or more oval, like species in the genus Trachis. Looking at the hind margin of the pronotum here, it is wavy and not straight, like one would expect in the genus Anthaxia. Furthermore, the antenna doesn't have a club, so it isn't aphanisticus, and the wing cases don't have irregular transverse stripes of white hair, as Carabus ruby does. So now that I know that my beetle is in a genus Agrilus, I can immediately rule out Bigotatus and Ater, which both have 3 or fewer small patches of white hair on each wing case, usually around here, here and at the end. I then have to look at the underside of the beetle, specifically the process of the prosternum. This is a backwardly pointing process between the front pair of cocci, or the basal segments of the front legs, in Agrilus laticornis and Agrilus livicolor. This broadens out towards the posterior end like this, before then tapering to a point. In the other species of plain-coloured Agrilus, this is usually parallel-sided here, before tapering. So how do you separate these two taxa now that I know it's Agrilus laticornis and Agrilus livicolor due to the shape of this prosternum? Well, a livicolor is a very recent addition to the British list, so its identification features aren't included in the RAS Handbook, and it isn't an easy job. One needs to examine the hairs of the wing cases. These are darkly coloured, very inconspicuous and hard to see in laticornis, whereas they are paler, flattened, scale-like and slightly more easy to see in a livicolor. This photo here in the bottom right shows that the hairs are dark, meaning my specimen is laticornis. But if your specimen is one of the other unmarked species that isn't a livicolor or laticornis, and therefore has parallel margins to the prosternum, you need to look at other features, such as the final toe sternite, which has a notch in the centre of the posterior margin. In other words, it's a marginate. In some cases, it may even be necessary to look at the details of the male genitalia, as well as details on the front or the face of the beetle around here, in order to arrive at a satisfactory identification. However, it's really still worth a go, as Buprestidae are beautiful beetles and will benefit greatly from your records.